Hello, my name is Kim Score, and today I'm going to show you how to make this pop-up gift card holder. First, what you need is a base card of 8.5 by 5.5, and we're going to fold this in half. Then, before we attach our inside pieces, we're going to decorate the inside of our card, and you could stamp the inside here, or I cut 2 pieces of Designer Series paper. This is the Holly Berry from Stampin' Up, and I cut that at 5 3/8 by 4 1/8, and I put some strong adhesive on each of these pieces. And I suggest using strong adhesive because once the pop-up pieces are placed inside, they're going to put a little pressure on the paper when you open it up. And if you use mono or something like that, it could pop up when you open up the card, and you don't want that. The adhesive that I'm using is called Killer White Tape. You could also use sticky strip or score tape. Okay, now that that's done, I'm going to make the pop-up mechanisms. So I'm going to use my Simply Scored board from Stampin' Up, and you're going to need a piece of 5.5 by 4, and I recommend using double-sided designer paper because it's thinner than cardstock and won't be as bulky when the card is closed. So what we're going to do is, on the short side, we're going to score at 1 inch, 2 inches, and 3 inches. And do that for both pieces. Okay. Now I want to put some adhesive on here, and the sections that we want to put the adhesive on are the 2 outer sections for each one. And we're going to put the adhesive on the right side, the side that's going to be showing when the card is open. So I'm just sharpening my creases. And then I'm going to put some adhesive on here, and put some adhesive right along the inside of the score line right here and the outer edge. We're going to do that on both ends. And we're going to do this for both pieces. Okay, now we're going to assemble the pop-up pieces. So for the first pop-up piece, I'm going to take my adhesive off the one end. And then what I want to do is line that up right at the center crease mark. Like so. And hear that. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to fold this over like so, and take off this adhesive cover here. Then to adhere it, I'm going to fold the card closed, like so. Just burnish it. So now we have our first section up for the pop-up. Looks like this. Now we want to attach our gift card. Now gift cards generally come with a little envelope like this. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut that flap right off the little gift card envelope. Then I'm going to take a 1 3/8 inch circle punch, and I'm going to punch a semicircle right here in the center top of the envelope, like so. And this piece will be facing out with the card in it. And then we can put the card back in the little envelope. If you wanted to, you could stamp your envelope, or if you didn't have an envelope with your card, you could make a little envelope to put this in. So now we're going to put some adhesive right across the front of this section right here, at the top and the bottom. And actually what you can do is, because we have adhesive on this section, you can just use some adhesive right on the little envelope. So we will just tack some little adhesive right here on the envelope, and I'll put it right here in the center section because I'm not exactly sure how high up on this little envelope I want to put it. Then we're going to adhere our envelope right in the center of the card, like so. Okay, and if you want to, you can also lay it flat like this. Now we're going to attach our second section. So take the adhesive off of one end, and then it's easiest if you just line this up like so, right at the bottom of this section. Just flatten that down. Then what you're going to do is take the adhesive off the other end. In this piece, you want to adhere this so that this edge is going to go right up, and it's going to butt right up to the bottom edge of the other piece. We're going to tuck it right in there, and then we're going to carefully adhere it to the bottom of the card base, like so. And you can come in here if you want with the little score tool, press that adhesive down. And that is the pop-up section inside the card. And once this is in, you should be able to fold the card fairly flat. Now obviously there's going to be some bulkiness from the card and the pop-up sections in there. That's why I suggest using the Designer Series paper instead of cardstock. And I made a little greeting to put in here, right here at the top section, like so. If you wanted to, you could stamp a little greeting and adhere it at the bottom here too if you wanted. Now we need a closure for our card, because obviously it's not going to stay closed with that bulk there. So what I did was I cut a strip of Designer Series paper 1 inch wide by 11 1/4 inches long. It's double-sided. And what I'm going to do is I want to make a manila envelope style closure. You can use a belly band. For example, you could cut the strips a little longer, wrap it around, and then just secure it in the back so that you can slide the belly band on and off. I find the belly bands a little difficult to get back on once you slide them off. So I'm creating this closure that will be easy to open and close for whoever gets this card. So what we're going to do is I've got my little piercing mat and a piercer, and I punched 2 little 3/4 inch circles out of wild wasabi, and I'm just going to put this right on the end like so, and right in the center of that circle I'm going to punch a hole, and I'm going to put in a little mini brad. And I'm going to do the same thing for the other end. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is I cut a little piece of baker's twine. It's very thin. You could use linen thread too, or some embroidery floss. And I'm just going to tie it off on one end. Just tie a little knot here. Just tie it right underneath the circle here around the post of the brad. And then if you wanted to, you could just wrap the little excess around so it doesn't show up. So now you have a little closure for your card. So now what I'm going to do is make sure before you attach this which side is the front and the back. Now with the card opening like this is going to be the front of the card. This is the piece that's going to want to be decorated. So put your band on here and center it best you can. This is on the front now. We're going to fold this to the back. I'm going to flip it over and we're going to secure it. So what you're going to do is just take your string and wrap it around the other end, around this little post, and then back here diagonally around the other post, like so, and then just leave the little tail hang. And that way the person who gets it can just go in here, unwind the little string, and open it up. So we'll flip it back over to the front, and I made a little card front for the card. This is Stampin' Up! Set that I used, and I put some Killer White tape on here. You want to use a nice strong adhesive again. Another option you have for the belly band is if you wanted to, you could have a ribbon and tie that around the card and tie it closed. And then I'm just going to attach my card front right over the top of that wraparound closure. And that's all there is. It's very simple, very easy. And then when somebody gets the card, they would just unwind the little thread and open up the card like so. Thank you for joining me today, and I can't wait to see all of your pop-up gift card holders in the Split Coast Stampers gallery. Thank you.